Just get everybody's attention like that, okay? It's something you have to do officially, so. Anyway, that's what I told Aubriana. You can just sit around, you can wave it around if you have to then later. So first, I'd like to welcome everybody this evening. For joining us this evening. Today is May 6, 2019. Thank you for joining us for our Village of Alsip board meeting. We'll call this meeting order at 7:30. Can you call the roll, please?
Yes, Mayor Ryan. Trustee McGreal currently is absent. Trustee Dalzell?
Here.
Trustee Zielinski?
Here.
Trustee Juarez currently is absent. Trustee McLaughlin?
Here.
Trustee Murphy?
Here.
Mayor Ryan?
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. Please join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you notice, tonight we have a special night. Not only are we going to be offering the oath of office to 4 new employees, there'll be 3 firefighters and 1 policeman person, but this is going to be known as our student government night tonight. Last year we had high school students sit in. This year I've asked the junior high students to sit in. So we've got 4 students. We've got 2 junior highs in town, Prairie Junior High and Hamlin Upper Grade School. So I'd like to at this time ask for a motion to approve the 8 participants, the 8 students, to sit in as appointed officials for just this evening only.
So moved. Second.
Roll call number 1 for the approval of 8 students to serve this evening as appointed members of the Alsip Village Board for this meeting only, known as Student Government Council, representing Prairie Junior High School: Jessica Acevedo, Haley Lorencel, Alexa Ramirez, Amari Washington; representing Hamlin Upper Grade School: Sydney Lopez, Abria Williams, Jimmy Waja, and Nico Tellez. Trustee McGreal is absent. Trustee Dalzell?
Yes.
Trustee Zielinski?
Yes.
Trustee McLaughlin?
Yes.
Trustee Murphy?
Yes.
Trustee Juarez is absent as well. Motion carries.
Very good.
Next, Mayor, at this time, I would like to make a motion to dispense with the normal order of business to address the swearing in of the new police and firemen.
Very good. I would agree. Can I get a motion? I'm sorry, a second to do that?
Second.
Roll call number 2 to address, to reorder the business at hand this evening to do the swearing in of the police officer and the 3 fire department personnel. Trustee McGreal is absent. Trustee Dalzell?
Yes.
Trustee Zielinski?
Yes.
Trustee Juarez is absent. Trustee McLaughlin?
Yes.
Trustee Murphy?
Yes.
Motion carries.
All right. At this point, I'll introduce my appointed person for this evening. This is Aubriana Williams. Aubriana, what we're going to do first is we need to have, why don't we call up the police department first? So why don't you ask the police committee then to call in number 1.
Police Trustee McGreal, approval to have the Alsip.
No, he'll read that off. You just
Okay.
say, police committee, please call your roll.
Police Committee, please call your roll.
Approval to have the Alsip Police and Fire Commission administer the oath of office to Patrolman Bilal Halim. Nothing further, Mayor.
So he made a motion to the. Can I have a second, please? You would ask that. Can I have a second?
Can I have a second, please?
Second to the motion.
Second.
Very good.
That was Trustee Dalzell's.
Yes.
Okay.
And actually, so
How do you project my voice well?
How do you do
you do have a mic.
Yes. So go ahead. And you're going to say roll call number 3. Say roll call number 3. I believe it's on.
Yeah. Try to project my voice.
You're having technical difficulties. Okay. So roll call number 3. Say roll call number 3. Just say roll call number 3.
Okay. Roll call number 3. For approval to have Alsip Police and Fire Commission administer the oath of office to Patrolman Bail Halim.
I'm sorry, can I ask the Police and Fire Commission, Commissioner Kevin O'Connell, please come up? And candidate Bilal Halim. Bilal, I apologize, did I say your name correct?
Yes, you did.
Thank you. Please come up in front where Kevin's at.
All set? Sorry. I, Bilal Halim. Okay, hang on. Got it?
Yes.
All right. Ready? I, Bilal Halim,
I, Bilal Halim,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the
of the
Constitution
United States
of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois
and the municipal ordinances of the Village of Alsip,
and the municipal ordinance of the Village of Alsip,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the Office of Police Officer
of the Office of Police Officer
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations, welcome aboard.
Okay. So you say next. Oh, wait until he's done.
Mayor, did you want pictures?
You want to do a quick picture real quick? We'll wait for the fire. We're waiting for the fire.
Very good. So next would be, say, Fire Committee. Can you please read your agenda item?
Next, can we have the Fire Committee please read their agendas?
Agenda item?
Approval to have the Police and Fire Commission administer the oath of office to 3 new firefighters, Edgar Cerna, Laurel Memensheimer, and Kyle Galvin.
So if you would, please, can the 3 firefighters please come forward? Again, we'll ask Police and Fire Commissioner Kevin O'Connell is going to read the oath of office to all 3 firefighters at the same time.
We'll just do it all at once. Are you ready? Come on over here. Don't be bashful. All right, raise your right hand. I state your name.
I, Kyle Galvin,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the municipal ordinances of the Village of Alsip,
and the municipal ordinances of the Village of Alsip,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the Office of Firefighter
of the Office of Firefighter
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Thank you. Congratulations, welcome aboard. Congratulations.
Trustees, I'd like to ask that we take a 5 or 10 minute recess to let some of our new personnel would take a couple of pictures real quick with the management, with the fire chiefs and police chief, please. Just 5 or 10 minutes. Thank you.
When they call me, I just read the first one or all of them?
Just read the first one and that one.
Okay.
If you're done with it, of them, just say that's all I have to know.
Free all together with you.
We're just going to take a photo.
saw my dad get sworn in 3 years ago.
Okay. Nice.
I just had to stop and got I think it's on video. It's like on YouTube. They was cooking. But it's like in the city. These niggas. You shaking? Look at my leg. I'm really scared. Yeah.
And then right breath.
The next time I'm gonna get scared from 6 o'clock.
Yeah, a couple of us. I don't hate original.
When I'm not, I'm going with the giant jump. Never.
Yeah, I saw that out there. Okay, Trustee Warren isn't going to be here, so you're flying solo.
Okay.
You all right?
Yeah.
Okay. Right up to the microphone and then nice and loud. I'll help you along.
You got it.
You got this. It's like reading at church.
We'll give these guys a second.
All right, you policemen, get back to work. There's crime out there.
You get 2, I get 1.
Okay, you put the sound back in. I always like to turn these mics off just in case anything's said. That's all.
And beer from kids.
Okay, so we'll call this meeting back to order. And again, I appreciate everyone's patience. Very quickly, before we move on with our agenda, I just wanted to say I appreciate the junior high students participating with us tonight. As I explained to them out in the hallway, we had a nice tour, explained the agenda to everybody, and I want to let them know there's, participating in government is more than like a one evening event, which you're seeing here firsthand tonight, but more importantly, this is what we do twice a month. We make decisions on what we think is in the best interest of the community, and especially for our both industrial, commercial, and the residents at the same time. What's the benefit for us? What type of businesses want to be represented in our community? And not to mention, as far as personnel issues like we just saw, that we're hiring some quality people to represent us. And tonight is first responders with police and fire. So again, we appreciate everyone involved with this evening with swearing them in, and we wish them all good luck. Next on our agenda, we'll move along with the mayor's report. Aubriana, do you want to go with number, pick up on number 2? Yeah, you gotta read the speaking there.
The approval of an ordinance authorizing an agreement of the Village of Alsip with WMI Alsip, LLC for the property located at 131st Street, Alsip, Illinois, identified as PIN 2435-101-0490000.
Okay, and then number 3?
Approval of an ordinance of the Village of Alsip approving the renewal of Class 6B assessment status for the real estate located at 131st Street, Alsip, Illinois, identified by PIN 2435-101-0490000. WMI Alsip, LLC.
And again, for the record, folks, that's the same address, 3750 West 131st Street. Next is number 4 on the agenda.
Approval to have the village attorney draft an ordinance mandating square footage compliance for an establishment offering video gaming at a gas station, recommending 80% of the store remain retail with 160 square feet available for video gaming.
Very good. And then number 5?
Approval to create a Class E liquor license for an establishment to be built at 4345 West 115th Street and known as Laura's Wine and Craft Beer Bar Class E. License shall authorize the sale at retail of beer and wine only, and said beer and wine are to be consumed within the specified premises. The annual fee for such license is set out in Section 478 and is payable on January 1st of each year.
Very good. Number 6.
Approval of retired Judge Thomas Dwyer, who is a village resident, to be appointed to the position of Police and Fire Commissioner for the third-year term of May 1st, 2019.
Yeah, it's a 3-year term, starting May 1st, 2019 through May 1st, 2022. Next, number 7.
Approval of a new classification of liquor license for use at an establishment offering retail sales and consumption of beer and wine, such as a gas station offering video gaming in compliance with the State of Illinois VG.
VG stands for video gaming. Next, number 8.
Approval of a class liquor license to be created for a 7-Eleven store at creating a new establishment of the NW corner of 127th and Pulaski with a true address forthcoming.
It's the northwest corner of 127th and Pulaski, where 7-Eleven plans to build a new store. Number 9, please.
Mayor?
Yes.
What class license was that?
It's going to be known as an FG. My apologies. I didn't have that information when I brought this
Frank
up.
George.
Yes, FG is Frank George.
Thank you.
Okay, and then number 9.
Presentation of a proclamation for the 50th anniversary of Municipal Clerks Week.
So I'd like to read this into the record, ladies and gentlemen. This is a proclamation to address the 50th anniversary of Municipal Clerks Week, which runs May 5th through the 11th, 2019. Whereas the office of municipal clerk, a time-honored and vital part of local government, exists throughout the world, and whereas the office of the municipal clerk is the oldest among public servants, and whereas the office of the municipal clerk provides the professional link between the citizens, the local governing bodies, and agencies of government at other levels, and whereas municipal clerks have pledged to be ever mindful of their neutrality and impartiality, rendering equal service to all. Whereas the municipal clerk serves as the information center on functions of local government and community. Whereas the municipal clerks continually strive to improve the administration of the affairs of the office of the municipal clerk through participation in educational programs, seminars, workshops, and the annual meetings of their state, provincial, county, and international professional organizations. Whereas it is most appropriate that we recognize the accomplishments of the office of the municipal clerk. Now, therefore, I, John D. Ryan, Mayor of Alsip, Illinois, do recognize the week of May 5th through May 11th, 2019 as Municipal Clerks Week, and further extend appreciation to our municipal clerk, Susan Petzel, and to all the municipal clerks for the vital services they perform and their exemplary dedication to the communities they represent. Dated this 6th day of May, 2019, Mayor John Ryan. Congratulations. Thank you, Sue.
Thank you.
Sure. That was very nice. Thank you very much. You can say that's all we have for the mayor's report for this evening.
That's all we have for the mayor's report this evening.
Can we please have the clerk's report?
Can we please have the clerk's report?
Okay. Approval of the March 2019 IDOT motor fuel tax allotment in the amount of $36,376.17. Second. Approval to hire one full-time summer personnel for the clerk's office for a period not to exceed 14 weeks at $11 per hour. 3. Approval to extend leave of absence per AFSCME contract, Article Number 17, Section 5, To follow the end of the FMLA that expires May 3rd, 2019, extended leave of absence for a term of 4 weeks. That is all.
You can say very good.
Thank you.
Okay.
Very good, thank you.
Then can we have the attorney's report?
Can we have the attorney's report?
No report, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We have the engineer's report.
Can we have the engineer's report?
Is he absent this evening, Dan?
Just the MFT, requests for public works.
Okay. So we have no report. And then you can say, we've reached the public forum.
We've reached the public forum.
Would anyone in the audience wish to address the board tonight?
Would anyone in the audience wish to address the
board
tonight?
Hi, gentlemen. How are you? If you would, you got to kind of get close to that mic. You can tip it up if you wish. There you go.
Good evening. My name is Steve Novak with NOV Investments. I'm an apartment owner in Alsip, and this is my friend Lou. He's also an apartment owner in Alsip.
Okay.
What I'm petitioning for is there's 2 alleys that are really, really, really bad in Alsip. One is they're right on 115th Street and 115th Place. One is by Nancy's Pizza, if everybody knows that location, that alley right there, and the one directly south of it, which is right by what used to be Demon Dogs, that alleyway too. For the last probably 5 years, I've been going to Public Works and asking them to do something about it, and they tell me that it's not in the budget, and which I understand. I mean, we all have a budget we have to maintain, and that's fine, but it has gotten very, 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 very bad. If all I ask is, if you don't believe me, sometime between now and your next meeting, take a drive there. It's 5 minutes away. Go down one alley and then come back another alley. Roger's over there. He can testify to how bad it really is. I've got an F-250 pickup truck. I don't want to drive down there. And bless you. Thank you. We have, this is the only way for our tenants to get in. Lou was nice enough to come. I can get other owners of the buildings to come to testify. I could get tenants to come to testify. These tenants have to pay their rent.
Okay.
Coming down this alley, if it breaks their car, guess who's not getting their rent?
No problem. You know what?
Well, yeah, they're
moving out because they never have a place to park.
Right. Well, you know what, Mr. Novak? It's never good practice. I always let people say what they wish.
Sure.
It's never good practice to cut anybody off, but I think your timing seems pretty good on this yet, too, because I believe under Public Works, tonight we're going to approve to go out to advertise. We have one of the items here. It's the approval to advertise to go out to bid for our MFT street resurfacing program.
Okay.
Dan, those are included, I believe, right now, right?
Both are.
Yeah. Those are both included.
They're both on there.
So we're actually going out, your timing's perfect on this, and obviously, Mr. Frater, he's not here this evening, but our Public Works Superintendent identified both of those alleys, along with our engineer. He's not available this evening as well.
Okay.
But that is on our list of resurfacing those 2 alleys.
Okay.
That you mentioned.
Is that something you're looking at this year?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, because what we're doing is, every year, gentlemen, we have to go out to bid for these, for streets, because the prices change every year and so forth then too, and we can't use last year's price. But we're actually, that's what we're approving tonight, is to go out to bid. So within this next couple of weeks, typically, Dan, how much of a window do we give them, 30 days?
The bid?
The bids.
It's 10 days.
Okay.
10 days for the bid, and once it's open, another couple weeks to get it approved. So, and after that, it could be a month just for them to start up. So, yeah, you're talking 2 months
Okay.
of construction.
Yeah. So,
You got a good foundation over it, you can just go over top of that, and put it 2 inches or something.
I don't know, some of those potholes are pretty bad. I
Yeah.
can attest, I drove both alleys this
Oh, you
past
have?
weekend, yes. Knowing it was part of the program for this year, I went up and down both of them.
Pretty nasty.
And yes,
Yeah.
some of those holes are really bad, and yes, you have to drive at like 2 miles an hour.
Right. Thank you for recognizing, and thank
Yeah.
you for...
yeah, Public Works, he, obviously, Mr. Novak, you made a good impression with him. Not that you have to, it's our job to make sure you got, respectable streets and alleys. There's only a few alleys in town yet, too, which is kind of wild, but, yeah, he identified both of those, and that is on our list of the MFTs, and that's what we're going to approve this evening, is to allow him to go out to bid for those pricing. So I'd like to think by the end of the summer, you should be able to get those resurfaced and stuff.
I appreciate your time.
Okay, sure.
Mr. Novak, could you please sign in on the clipboard that's on the table there because you spoke this evening?
Talking about that one
Thank you.
and that one.
Bless you.
115th.
Would anyone else wish to address the board tonight?
There's 115th. There's the last one. It's the one in red.
Come on, Joe, you can run up there, huh? There you go.
Joe Swees, 4860 West 115th Street. John, I received a parking violation on Easter Sunday, 19-48, parking in the grass.
Okay.
I've never seen this before.
Okay. I'll be honest with you, Joe, I'm not real familiar with whatever the parking
Right, but-
violation numbers are and so forth. Like you say, if you were parked in the
Vehicle
grass.
parked in front side yard.
Okay. When's the date on that, Joe?
The date,
Is that Easter Sunday?
Easter Sunday.
No, I'm saying, do they have a date for you to come to court here?
No. Well, yeah, it does. Date 5/15/19. I can't. I got to go to work. It's cheaper to pay the ticket than I blow a lot of money if I miss.
The only thing I can say, if you were contesting that, is you gotta do that with that hearing officer, or at
Hearing
least
officer.
or write a letter to that
There's
hearing
a
officer, right?
non-appearance waiver.
There is?
Yep.
Okay.
All you have to do is just write a letter indicating why you parked there, or...
I got arthritis. I couldn't catch a dead dog, seriously. And, it's not getting any better. I got to make it to the end of October, and then that's it. But this is what I was looking at, just to see what this is. I couldn't find one, and I think I got a hold of, Chaz Resney.
Yeah,
How about-
Sergeant Rosa.
But sir, if you just put your phone number down on there, and then we can have somebody call you and see if
Yes,
they...
it would be. It's just, I don't know, there's so much stuff going on, and this is, it would be kind of, near the bottom. I mean, everybody's got, you don't want to turn it into a junkyard, I understand that,
Right.
but, there's got to be a break off.
Understood. And as Trustee Dalzell said, Joe, if you would please, we ask anybody that speaks to sign in. When you sign in, leave your phone number there. We'll have somebody give you a call and talk to you about it, okay? From the police department.
Unfortunately, all the policemen are...
Yeah. Would anyone else wish to address the board this evening? Nobody? Thanks, Joe. We'll have somebody give you a call on that, okay? Okay, so next we'll go on to the page 2, which is standing committee reports. Finance committee, please. Sorry.
Standing committees report, Finance Committee, please.
Request for approval of a list of payroll dated April 26, 2019, totaling $440,273.56. Request for approval of accounts payable dated May 6, 2019. General Fund, $688,017.55. Road and Bridge, $55,275.46. MFT, $3,101.57. Pulaski Road Corridor TIF, $5,025.00. Water and Sewer, $532,227.89. Heritage II, Heritage 2, $67,929.08. Total of all funds, $1,351,576.55.
And that's all, Mayor.
And that's all, Mayor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I have the fire committee report?
Can I have the fire committee report, please?
So, you already did number 1.
Approval of the March 2019 monthly activity based on our National Fire Incident Reporting System, NFIRS. Approval of the March 2019 Fire Prevention Bureau monthly activity report. And that's all, Mayor.
Thank you.
The police committee, you already approved the policeman. Do you have anything else to add?
Can we have the police committee come up, and if you have anything
Well,
else to add?
Did the police committee wish to add anything else to your report? Nico?
Nothing further.
No?
Nothing further.
Thank you.
Building committee, can we have your report, please?
Can we
I'm
have
sorry,
the
Public Works.
Public Works and Boat Launch Committee please come up?
Approval to advertise to go out to bid for the 2019 MFT Street Resurfacing Program. Letter of appreciation from the Fire Department for their assistance on April 21st, 2019.
Thank you.
Do you have the letter of appreciation?
I don't.
Is it on the computer?
I'm scrolling.
Yeah. Haley, give it a second. Trustee Murphy might have that there.
I do not, sir.
Pages are numbered here. It's on page 104 of 142.
Sorry.
Yeah, 104 in the packet.
All right, my eyes are shot here.
Yeah, a little bit further. Oop. Yeah,
It's a very short.
right there.
Bingo. Okay.
Very good. So, good, Haley, if you'd like to read that letter of recognition.
I would like to take this time to thank you for coming out on the night of the 21st with the payloader to help move our engine that was stuck in the soft grass on Mulberry. Our engine was one of the 4 engine companies that were fighting 4 separate brush fires along the tracks at the same time. Incidents such as this proves how well the relationships with other village departments and how well each department works together to take care of each other's needs. Again, thank you for your assistance. As always, if you need anything from the fire department, do not hesitate to ask.
Ladies and gentlemen, to put it in perspective, that's a letter from the fire chief to the public work superintendent on Easter weekend. They had a big brush fire along the railroad tracks right near between us and the pool over that way, and it was a pretty good fire. They had a lot of personnel out there at night. The fire truck, one of the bigger trucks, went across the lawn to get up near the tracks, and the fire truck got stuck in the mud out in the and he called the public works superintendent at 10:30 at night, and Mr. Frater went and got the big front end loader, and they had to hook up and drag the fire truck out of the mud and stuff because they couldn't get the truck out of the mud. So it was a thank you to the public works. These guys work very well together, and we appreciate the fact that public works was available to rescue. Public works rescued fire. Okay, I said it, that kind of thing. So it's what a policeman always wants to do. Maybe they do, you know. So they public works rescued fire, and that was the big thank you there. So thank you to the public work department. Thank you, Haley. So next you'll have the building committee. Can we have your report?
Can we please have the building committee's report?
Approval of the March 2019 monthly activity report. Approval of the May 1st, 2018 through April 30th, 2019 yearly activity report. Approval to have the village attorney draft an ordinance mandating that anyone who purchases a foreclosed or blighted property must make improvements of said property within 1 year of the purchase. This ordinance will be presented in a future committee meeting for approval at the board meeting.
Anything else?
That's all.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. And again, ladies and gentlemen, just to put in perspective, it kind of speaks for itself. I was explaining to the students out in the hall before the meeting started, we never have had language like this in some of our building code, and this is how we sometimes, that's what happened. If some of you are familiar with how we had that blighted car wash on Pulaski way back when, is we didn't have an actual ordinance that mandated anyone that buys like a blighted or a foreclosed property should be mandated to at least start work on that within a year of purchase. Otherwise, you might get a dilapidated home or a business and as an investment property, and it could sit like that forever without having an ordinance like this in place. We don't want that to happen. We want, these new people that want to invest in our community, whether it's a home or a business, to take action on that. And I never spend village money without the approval of the board. That's the board's job, is to approve policies and expenditures. So that's all we're asking tonight, is to approve having the attorney draft said ordinance. I think it'll be beneficial to the community. Next, you got the water and sewer report?
Can we have the sewer and water report?
Approval of the April 2019 monthly activity report. Nothing further, Mayor.
Okay. And then, Jim, did you want to address the extra paper that, Dan, did you want to speak to this, or? Okay. Just read this section here. Yeah.
Rick, T-Mobile has announced a potential merger with Sprint in a $26.5 billion deal. In anticipation of this merger, T-Mobile and Sprint are reviewing their current releases to identify overlaps in cell site coverage and plan to decommission approximately 35 cell sites. T-Mobile has identified site number CH45564A West Water Tower as a location that could possibly be placed on the decommission list. T-Mobile is offering to keep this site off the decommission list in return for the proposed rent and term modifications below.
Dan, you want to speak to that?
Sure. So, like I said, our current lease expires on June 13th with them. It has one more renewal, which would bring us to 2024. Basically, they're saying they may not renew that location because of the merger. The other issue that we have is we have another T-Mobile site on our other tower and a Sprint lease or cellular site on our other tower. So of all three leases we have, all three are with this company, and it's likely we're going to lose at minimum one, and hopefully, if we can at least keep this one, keep it down to a loss of just one and it's not two. But basically, they're asking for about a 6% reduction in rent and a reduction in the escalation. So each 5-year term, the current lease, we get a 15% increase. They're asking to reduce that to a 10% increase. But basically, this just gives us a guarantee that they'll stick around for another 5 years on that particular site, with like I said, with potential that we're going to lose one of the others.
What's the potential lost revenue that we could be looking at that?
It's about $35,000
per year.
Correct.
Okay.
Given where inflation was, 15% was a little bit on the generous, and 10% is probably a little bit low, because it's not per year. We're talking about over the whole term, and there's no increase during the term of the agreement. It's all at the end for the renewal.
And so at 10%, that's really, since it's a 5-year term, it's a flat 2% a year.
Even a little less.
Yeah.
Right about where inflation is at.
And you have to return an answer by when? Yeah.
But that's the issue is this current proposal is good until the end of the week. They're not giving us a lot of time to make a decision on it. I just received it the end of last week, looking at just trying to get some information on comparables. Like I said, it's comparable with our other leases. We're actually making a little bit more money on the Sprint lease, but that's likely to be the one that's decommissioned on our South Tower. So if we keep these two, and we also have on the books right now is we're looking to close a deal with Verizon for another lease on our South Tower. So it's likely we're going to lose one and get one back.
It's not on the agenda, so therefore we'd have to do a consensus in order to meet the
Yeah, this actually just came up Friday, I believe, Danny,
Yep.
right? Yeah.
Correct.
So it unfortunately it didn't make it to the agenda. So yes, Joe, we can just do a consensus on this.
Well, you're going to have to, first of all, it's a lease, so it needs an ordinance. So, but you can do a consensus and then approve it later, ratify it, that's fine.
Basically,
You're going to have to approve it when it's on the agenda, though.
Right.
they've given us a term sheet proposal. Basically, they're just looking for, an acknowledgement of those terms, with a ordinance and lease, amendment to come later. So it's just looking for an authorization.
Until June 13th, I would think we got a little bit of time.
Well, that's their offer.
But I mean, we can give you the consensus to proceed, but in terms of executing the actual lease and
correct, that we have plenty of time on. That's just like you said. That's going to be a lease amendment, but the offer for the extension or proposal or keeping it off of that decommission list expires on Friday. So we're just I'm looking for an authorization to, for the mayor to, if we can't get better terms, to at least accept these terms that were offered.
As a consensus,
I'm okay with it.
Board, Trustee Murphy?
Yeah.
Trustee Dalzell?
Yes.
And Trustee Zelinski? Thank you. All right, we'll move forward with that, and the attorney's got direction then to draft an ordinance for a future approval.
Correct, thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Next would be the License Committee.
Can we please have the License Committee?
Approval of list of licenses dated April 9 through April 26, 2019. Approval to have textile donation bins licensed in the village and provided by Helping Hands at no cost to the village, with the village receiving 5 cents per pound collected and paid quarterly to the village.
Very good. And what Haley was just reading, too, folks, just so you understand, the approval to have a textile donation, so that's like clothing and things like that, placed in donation bins, which we're all familiar with in different communities. And what Helping Hands is an organization that is saying that they're willing to give the village 5 cents per pound of everything collected, and it would be up to us to decide whether we want to use it internally or if we want to pass that along for the same intent to maybe make a donation to help others. So that's what we're approving, is to allow them to be licensed to have a donation bin in our community. Next would be the Economic Development.
Can we have the Economic Development Committee, please?
Approval to have Delberto Real Estate Services LLC market and sell the property commonly known as 1170630 South Pulaski at a cost of approximately $5,000 to $7,500 for marketing and commissions will become part of the sale of said property. That's all.
Thank you.
Next.
Can we have the Planning and Zoning Committee, please?
Approval to create a new Class A liquor license for a possible new venue offering a Mexican cuisine at 5510 West Calsag Road. Alsip A Class A license shall authorize the sale and consumption at retail of alcoholic liquor on the specified premises. The liquor purchased must be consumed on the premises where purchased. The annual fee is set out in Section 4-78 and is payable on January 1st of each year. That is all.
Ladies and gentlemen, number 2 on the agenda, I asked Trustee Zelinski, who's chairperson for that committee, to remove that. The reason being is I had a meeting today with the building commissioner, and we double-checked the zoning code, and to have a car dealership, a used car dealership requires at least 27,000 square feet of property. The property in question at 5510 Calsag Road is almost 17,000 square feet. Plus you need 200 feet of frontage, and according to our zoning code, and they've only got 100 feet of zoning, so it wouldn't comply. And I did let the real estate agent know. The reason we had both of these on there was last Monday, both businesses came in to the village hall basically to ask about that property, and that property's been vacant for over 3 years. Nobody's been in that property. We're not really drawing any property tax off it, hardly of anything, because that's a vacant property right now. And they're very anxious to try and sell the property. And right now, all we're asking is that if the board would consider creating a license pending background checks and everything else and so forth then too. We're not issuing any licenses at this time.
And that's if this particular person is the one that buys it.
Exactly.
It isn't necessarily a given either.
For the purpose of just having a restaurant, not a car dealership there. is the car dealership didn't conform. I did confirm with the building commissioner, a restaurant would, a small restaurant like that would conform. Yes. So, next would be special committee reports.
Can we have the special committee reports?
Village properties.
Village properties first.
No report.
Thank you. Insurance.
No report.
Thank you. Ordinance and legislation, please.
Approval for the village attorney to amend the language of section 5-31, restraint. The owner or keeper of a dog or cat shall keep the dog or cat under restraint at all times and shall not permit such a dog or cat to be at large off the premises of the property of the owner or keeper unless the dog or cat is under complete control defined in section 5-23. Definitions: restraint. A dog or cat is under restraint within the meaning of this article if it is controlled by a leash when off the premises of the owner or keeper. Strike the words at heel beside a responsible person or obedient to the person's commands.
That's all I have. Did you want to speak to that, Trustee Murphy?
Sure. We actually had a resident who inquired and had an incident that happened where the owner of a dog was off a leash and subsequently attacked the other dog. The other dog was not hurt, and she had asked that even though that the command was given to heel or stop off were given, the dog did not restrain. So we looked at this ordinance. It is dated. It's probably 40 years old, and it just made a lot of sense to strike the words at heel besides a reasonable person or at a person's command. Therefore, the intent is to have a dog or a cat be controlled by a leash when it is off a person's property.
Very good. Thank you.
That's all I have, sir.
Next will be
Information technology, please.
No report, Mayor.
Thank you. Human resources, please.
Approval of a request by an employee hired late May 2008 who claims to have not been paid for 3 floating holidays and is asking the village for compensation earned that year of approximately $1,500. Nothing further.
Thank you. Health and pollution, please.
No report, Mayor.
Thank you. Traffic safety, please.
No report, Mayor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Presentations, petitions, communications.
Does anyone have any petitions or communications they wish to share?
We do.
Okay.
I'll speak to that.
Alsip Scholarship Fund's 11th Annual 3-Club Golf Outing, Friday, May 17, 2019, to be held at Fountain Hills Golf Club, 12601 South Kedzie in Alsip, Illinois, from 4:30 p.m. Shotgun start, golf, food, and drinks.
Tomorrow you golf? No, you're not going?
Do you eat?
Well, no pressure, just bring it up. I think so. And then
You can caddy. Come on.
Read this off what I did.
It'll be fun.
Just read this.
Newly elected officials workshop for newly elected or long-serving officials who need a refresher on municipal government. Saturday, June 8th, 2019, 7:30 a.m. to noon. 1906 West 174th Street, Boardroom C, East Hazel Crest, Illinois.
And then this would.
7:30 to 8, registration and continental breakfast. 8 to noon, workshop.
So, yeah, should any trustees wish to take advantage of that, that's June 8th. Also, unfortunately, the village clerk told me before the meeting got started, I know Trustee Juarez and Trustee McGreal were en route. Apparently, they must have got tied up.
Yes.
And hopefully, we might see Trustee McGreal next week, but next week we actually have the swearing in of 3 of the trustees who were reelected, and we have a 4th trustee that's going to be sworn in next week at this meeting. I'm not sure, I didn't hear anything from Trustee McGreal, but certainly for the record, tonight would have been our last official meeting yet too, And we wanted to thank her for 12 years of service to the village as a village trustee. She did a nice job for 12 years, and we respect her for her time that she put in to help us make good decisions for the betterment of the community. And we wish her well in what she's doing then too. I know she works very hard. She's a nurse practitioner by trade, and I know she stays very busy with that and so forth then too. So.
Mayor, I did just want to remind the board that the agenda is being, the draft agenda is being issued this Wednesday, and the final packet will be going out on Thursday. I realize it's a day early.
It's committee. It doesn't
Well, my wonderful office supervisor asked me to remind everybody, as she has been doing the past couple of days, so consider yourselves reminded.
Okay. So next, you would say, would anyone like to remove any items from the consent agenda?
Would anyone like to remove items off of the consent agenda?
Mayor, I would like to remove item D,
D is
item G,
D is in dog?
D is in dog,
Okay.
G is in Gary, Q is in Quincy, X is in Xavier.
I would like to remove...
Whoa, hang on, I'm sorry. Q, and what was the last one?
X.
Okay. I'm sorry, thank you very much.
I would like to remove letter B.
I'm sorry, which one?
Letter B, as in Victor.
Thank you.
I would like to remove letter S.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I missed the one.
V is in Victor. It was the one that was actually removed previously during discussion under the committee report. That was for the car lot.
Right, that's just removed.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay, so may I recap? We have removed letter D as in dog, trustee McLaughlin, letter G as in George, trustee McLaughlin, letter Q as in quick, trustee McLaughlin, letter S as in Sam, trustee Dalzell, letter V as in Victor was removed under the committee report by trustee Zielinski, and letter X as in X-ray by trustee McLaughlin. Is that everything? Okay.
You'd say this.
Can I have a motion to establish the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
So moved.
No, second.
Second.
Okay, roll call number 3 to establish the consent agenda. Trustee McGreal is absent. Trustee Dalzell.
Yes.
Trustee Zielinski.
Yes.
Trustee Juarez is absent. Trustee McLaughlin.
Yes.
Trustee Murphy.
That's you.
Yes.
Motion carries to establish.
Next, you would say, can I have a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented?
Can I have a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented?
Motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
Jim, second, okay.
And was that trustee Dalzell's second?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Roll call number 2 to approve the consent agenda as presented, filling in some of the missing information. Letter B will be approval of an ordinance authorizing an agreement of the Village of Alsip with WMI Alsip LLC for the property located at 3750 West 131st Street, Alsip, Illinois, identified as PIN number 24-35-101-049-000, will be ordinance number 2019-05-1. Letter C is in Charlie, approval of an ordinance of the Village of Alsip approving the renewal of Class 6B assessment status for the real estate located at 3750 West 131st Street, Alsip, Illinois, identified by PIN 24-35-101-049-0000. WMI Alsip LLC will be ordinance number 2019-05-2. Letter H, approval of a Class FG, as in Frank George, liquor license to be created for a 7-Eleven store erecting a new establishment at the northwest corner of 127th and Pulaski with a true address forthcoming. Letter L, approval of a list of payroll dated April 26, 2019, totaling $440,273.56. Letter M, approval of a list of accounts payable dated May 6, 2019, totaling $1,351,576.55. Again, this is roll call number 4 to approve the consent agenda as presented. Trustee McGreal is absent. Trustee Dalzell.
Yes.
Trustee Zelinski.
Yes.
Trustee Juarez is absent. Trustee McLaughlin.
Yes.
Trustee Murphy.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, thank you. Let's return to a couple of the items that were removed from the consent agenda. First was letter D. This was the approval to have the village attorney draft an ordinance mandating a square footage compliance for an establishment offering video gaming at a gas station. I was recommending 80% of the store remain retail with 160 square feet available for video gaming. Trustee McLaughlin, do you have a question?
No, I just want a separate vote.
Okay. Can I get a motion then, please? In a second?
Mayor, discussion, please.
Sure.
I know that when we're discussing this, we're talking about an 80%. We're saying, is that going to be the minimum that's there? Because the issue was, as we discussed, a person could get 1 to 5 machines. They truly only want 1 machine. So we're going to mandate that they need 160 square feet for that?
Yes. Yeah, but this way we have a blanket situation there. This way we're not looking at everything as a case-by-case basis. You know, we put down that it's 160 square feet for the video gaming because, like you, as you suggested, Trustee, they could, let's say they barely comply and they go in with 1 machine, and all of a sudden we turn around and there's 4 more show up, you know, because that's out of our hands. The state controls that. And also, we already, you know, the horse is already out of the barn. We already allow it to happen. So I'd like to have a blanket situation to make that possible.
Also, can we have the recommended 80% be a minimum of 80% for retail? Because if the store's 2,000 square feet or something, it's going to be over, the 20% is going to be over 160 square feet for the gaming, and we don't want to mandate that we have to have 20%.
Oh, no, I agree with you. It's actually, and we have a draft, you know, I'm working on a draft with the attorney now, but that, just to say that it doesn't necessarily have to be 20%. It's just that you have to have 160 square feet available in the store. And we're going to present this at a future meeting for approval. I just wanted to get your okay to spend the money to draft the ordinance, that's all.
Thank you, Mayor.
Sure. And we'll present that probably at next week's committee meeting. Yeah. So we had a motion and a second.
I'm sorry, so
Who made a...
nobody had made the motion yet because Trustee Dalzell had asked for
Oh,
discussion.
you're right. I'm sorry. You asked for a discussion. Can I get a motion and a second on this one?
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
Thank you.
Roll call number 5 for the approval to have the village attorney draft an ordinance mandating square footage compliance for an establishment offering video gaming at a gas station, recommending 80% of the store remain retail with 160 square foot available for video gaming. Trustee McGreal is absent. Trustee Dalzell.
Yes.
Trustee Zelinski.
Yes.
Trustee Juarez is absent. Trustee McLaughlin.
Yes.
Trustee Murphy.
Yes.
That was a no, please.
Okay.
You have to vote. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, hang on one second. Trustee Murphy?
Yes.
Okay. Mayor Ryan?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Next, we'll go back to
G.
letter G. This was the approval of a new classification of liquor license for use at an establishment offering retail sales and consumption of beer and wine, such as a gas station offering video gaming in compliance with State of Illinois video gaming compliance. So, Trustee McGreal, do you have I'm sorry, Trustee
No, I
McLaughlin?
just want a separate vote, Mayor, because I am adamantly against poured alcohol in gas stations.
Okay. Can I get a motion, please, in a second?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call number 6 for letter G. Approval of a new classification of liquor licenses for use at an establishment offering retail sales and consumption of beer and wine, such as a gas station offering video gaming in compliance with the State of Illinois video gaming. Trustee McGreal is absent. Trustee Dalzell.
Yes.
Trustee Zelinski.
Yes.
Trustee Juarez is absent. Trustee McLaughlin.
No.
Trustee Murphy.
Yes.
Mayor Ryan.
Yes.
Motion carries.
All right. Thank you. Next, letter Q. Q is the approval to have the village attorney draft an ordinance mandating that anyone who purchases a foreclosed or blighted property must make the improvements of said property within a 1 year of the purchase. Trustee McLaughlin?
Yeah, can we just add some clarification to that?
Sure.
Since we've got foreclosed and blighted, can we also insert tax sale?
Sure. And unless anyone opposes that.
Blighted or tax sale.
Can we do that, Joe?
Well, can I just throw something out here, because nobody talked to the attorney before we drafted this, before the suggestion came up. They have to do it right now anyway. I don't know why you would give them a year to do this, when as soon as they buy the property, you can force them to do what they have to do anyway. I don't know why you give them more leeway than has already exists in the law. That's my opinion.
What is the existing?
Well, they have to maintain, the owners and occupants have to maintain their property, according to the property maintenance code.
But if it's already dilapidated when they buy it?
Then they need to bring it up to code. They can do it immediately. I could file a case the next day, as soon as you buy it.
Really?
And force them to do it, absolutely.
In all we're asking, trustees, in this question that I proposed to the board was approval to have the village attorney draft ordinances. We don't have the ordinance yet. This is just so, again, I don't spend money without board approval for the attorney to do this. So we can certainly present this even next week at committee, and we can tweak it, as you said, Trustee McLaughlin.
As the village attorney's already said, though, there's no reason to have a secondary ordinance when we've got a minimum property.
I agree. I don't know why you'd give somebody a year to maintain their property when they have to do it immediately under the law. Unless you want to give people more breaks to do their property. I don't.
No, I would agree with you, Joe, but
Okay.
we don't have an ordinance.
Yes, you do. You absolutely do. Yes, absolutely.
Because we were issuing tickets forever. That's how we got stuck with the. That's how we got stuck with the car wash way back when.
What do you mean? I don't understand.
In other words, when somebody bought a property, you're saying we already have an ordinance that says that?
Yeah, they own the property. They have to maintain their property. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. You can fine them the next day. Bring them to court the next day.
Well, that's fine. I was always, everything we've read doesn't steer right to that and stuff then too, so.
In the code.
Okay. So, do you feel this is redundant? Do you think we just?
I think it's less than redundant. I think it's actually more forgiving than redundant.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I wouldn't do it.
All right, so.
So we are leaving letter Q removed?
Yes.
Are you good with that, Trustee McLaurin?
I pulled it to begin with, can we remove letter Q?
Okay.
Next was the letter S, as in Sam. Approval to have the textile donation bins licensed in the village of Alsip and provided by Helping Hands at no cost to the village, with the village receiving 5 cents per pound collected and paid quarterly to the village. Trustee Dalzell, you had a question?
Mayor, actually, we have a ordinance on file already with the donation bins, and one of the stipulations for it is that they have certain qualifications that they, I forget exactly what the detail of it was, but they have to have certain standards with regards to their donations go and accountability. I'd like to sit there and table this matter until we review that other ordinance to find out if Helping Hands would qualify for that, and then make sure that it's not in conflict with the other ordinance we have for that.
That's fine. So your motion will be to table?
Yes, please.
Okay. Would I have a second to go with that? In other words, to table means we'll talk about it at a future meeting.
Second.
Okay.
I'm sorry, who was the second from?
Zelinski?
Zelinski, yes.
Sorry.
I keep trying.
Okay, roll call number 7 to table letter S. Trustee McGrill is absent. Trustee Dalzell.
Yes.
Trustee Zelinski.
Yes.
Trustee Juarez is absent. Trustee McLaughlin.
Yes.
Trustee Murphy.
Yes.
Motion carries to table letter S.
Very good. So we removed letter V as in Victor for noncompliance, and so we'll move to letter X. And this was the approval of a request by an employee hired late May 2008 who claims to have not been paid for 3 floating holidays and is asking for the village for said compensation earned that year of approximately $1,500. Trustee McLaurin?
Yes, I pulled this for a separate vote, Mayor, because I'm of the opinion that, going back over 11 years is too far and the statute of limitations is up.
Understood. Is that your motion?
Um,
You want to make a motion?
Make a motion to deny the request as presented.
Well, we need a motion and a second to vote on it.
She can do that.
That doesn't, I'll make a motion to deny the
Okay.
request.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay.
And the second was Trustee Dalzell.
Zelinski.
Zelinski, boy, she quick on the draw over there.
He's hiding in the corner over there.
Okay, roll call number 8 to deny letter X, approval of a request of an employee hired late May 2008 who claims to have not been paid for 3 floating holidays and is asking the village for said compensation earned that year of approximately $1,500. Again, this is a motion to deny. Trustee McGreal is absent. Trustee Dalzell.
Yes.
Trustee Zelinski.
Yes.
Trustee McLawhorn.
Yes.
Trustee Murphy.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Very good. And so, let's finish up on here. Motion. I'm sorry. Do we have any unfinished business?
Do we have any unfinished business?
Does it have any new business?
Do we have any new business?
Mayor, I apologize I didn't bring it up earlier, but there's cops on rooftops. The Alsip Police Department officers will be staking out the rooftops of Dunkin' stores to heighten the awareness and raise donations to the Law Enforcement Torch Run benefiting the Special Olympics of Illinois. It's Friday, May 17th, from 5 a.m. to 12 p.m. That's for the Dunkin' Donuts at 121st and Cicero, as well as the one at 11843 South Pulaski. It is rain or shine, and if you'd like to volunteer or need more information, please talk to Officer Rocco Merlo, and that's Rocco Merlo at thevillageofalsip.org, or contact the police department phone number, the website, and they have the T-shirts on sale. And as it said, they've been doing a really good job, and it's for the Special Olympics of Illinois.
And that's the same day as the golf outing, so people can go visit the cops on the rooftops.
Get their
and
coffee.
then go golf at Fountain Hills.
All right.
Trustee Dalzell, I wanted to just clarify, that's police officers at a Dunkin' Donuts. Is that right?
Correct.
I just wanted to make sure.
It's hard to believe.
And they are on the roof.
It's so ironic.
Well, you got to have fun with them when you can. So, very quickly, folks, I want to wrap up.
Follow me home.
As far as, again, I appreciate the participation by your schools and your students tonight. Thank you very much for coming out. I've got a official commissioned certificate I'm going to give to everyone. What this basically says is the Village of Alsip, to whom these presents shall come. In this case, it would be Aubriana Williams, having been duly appointed to the office of alternate or for elected appointed official and in for the Village of Alsip in Cook County, the state of Illinois, for the term of the 6th day of May to the 6th day of May 2019. And again, you've been duly appointed for the evening. We appreciate your service to our community, and I signed every one of these for everybody. So everyone will get a certificate like this then too. Okay? So before we adjourn, Brianna, that's yours.
Thank you.
Alexa?
Thank you.
Can you fix those things that popped out of the corners right there? Nico, nice job tonight.
Thank you.
Jim, very good job. Thank you for being here. Sydney? Thank you.
Thank you.
Ari, nice job. Haley, thank you for being here tonight.
Thank you.
Very cool. And Jessica, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Becky, in the back of the room, can you get a picture of the whole thingy.
Brianna, last thing you get to say is, can I get a motion to adjourn?
Can I get a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Is it all in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
And we'll adjourn this meeting at 8:40.
We will adjourn this meeting at 8:40.
Thank you very much.
Well
folks.
done.
Enjoy your